Yo, what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy B, and today we are going to be going over all of the Gen 2 Season of Strife Dragonfall KvK groups. Now, these can be found if you zoom all the way out. You go to your season overview, and you can look here for Dragonfall. We're going to be going over SOS 3-10 or 10 all the way up to 20. Right, so we have 11 KvK groups we're going to be going over. Now, Zone 3 for these groups had just opened a couple days ago on, I believe it was the 28th from what I had documented. And we will be looking at who's winning, who's losing, is there fighting that's still going on. We'll also be sharing with you some up-to-date stat numbers provided to us by my boy Rich. For our data bot. Again, if you'd like to get some information on the bot, as always, there will be a link in the pinned comment description to the Discord server. Just reach out to Fuzzy if you want to ask some questions. And so we'll be showing you what the current power, the merits accumulated, kills, and deaths so far as of the 26th, which would have been about 2 days or so before Zone 3 opened. So let's go ahead and dive into it. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up because that helps out a lot. Okie dokie, artichoke. So we are currently in SOS 3-10 or 5010. We're going to start west and then or southwest, and then we'll go northeast. So Zone 3 here for level 3 passes. We are in Sizwa or Siwaz, something around that corner. Here we have TFS Kingdom 40, IMW 225. They're going up against KM Kingdom 40 and WB 249. Now, the TFS IMW group is here on the east or southeast, and then we have the KMWB group that is on the north side coming into Zone 3. You can see that there is still some fighting going on. Let me give you some numbers before we take a look at the action. So as of the 26th, we had the TFS IMW group. They came in at 34 billion power. They were at 1.1 billion merits. Kills was 77.8 billion, and then we had 365 million deaths versus 37.2 billion power. So it's about a 3 billion plus differential on the KMWB side. Merits was 1.4 billion. They had about 300 million more. Kills 86.8 million. So they had about 9 billion more kills. And then deaths, they were at 360 million. So the TFS IM group had about 5 million more on them deaths-wise. So let's take a look and see how the territory is going. So it looks like still kind of halfway here. Curious, are we removing? Okay, so IM's removing something here from WB, but doesn't look like there's any hardcore pushing. If we go up here, it looks like is that one of the other ramps? No? Oh, there is a ramp here. Okay. I was like, man, this looks like a ramp. But there's nothing that's happening at the moment. So I guess kind of stalemated at this point, at least on two of the fronts. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the northeast. So here we have Cadwallon. This is WAO 259, UHA 339, BNR 156 versus BNR 156 and HGW from 223. Now, we can see here, again, I believe this is on the blue side, right? Yeah, so BNR, HWG are on the south side here. And then on the northwest side, we have ROA, UHT. So that's going to be the 259, 339. Where am I looking? 339. Yeah, 339 side. Okay, numbers here. On the WAO UHA side, which again is going to be up here, they're at 38.3 billion power, 1.5 billion merits, 94.5 billion kills, and 422 million deaths. On the BNR HWG side, which is here on the south, they're at 36.5 billion power, so they're about 2 billion power less, 1.8. Merits 1.2 billion, so that's about 300 million less than the north side. They have 81.2 billion kills, so they're about 13 billion less kills here. That's decent. 285 million, almost 286 million deaths. You're looking at about 137 million less. So, I mean, you're almost a third less on deaths. However, let's take a look and see how it's going. For the most part, this kind of looks like they're I guess getting, I can't tell, I guess it is kind of even-ish. Maybe red has a little, I don't know. Let's see real quick what's going on here. Is there some fighting? Ooh, they got some troops out though. So ROA, UHA, they got troops out. Looks like there's some troops over here. Couple OA peeps. And BNR with the territory, but no one's really pushing each other. Like, no one's going after this flag. I don't really see any BNR troops. Are they waiting to push? Yeah, I don't know. Do they have troops somewhere? Am I just blind and I just don't see it? Right, because, I mean, unless they're... I mean, they'd have to be on the north side of the river to try and make something happen. So I guess this is the choke, and then are they trying to build around and it's just like a slow build? Are they not doing anything here? Because you can get there from there, but it looks like they've stopped. Okay, so I guess nothing's really happening at that point, at least with where they're at. Okay, I'm sure people can give us some more info. Let's go ahead and take a look at SOS 3 5011. Now this group, we have, again, we'll be starting on the west side. So we're in Siwaz, and wow, it actually looks like this is kind of already over-ish. Again, we'll get to some numbers here momentarily, but it looks like EDS already, wow, that SW2 fort is about to go down. It looks like they've already pushed, no, not squiggly eyes. They've kind of pushed them back to the fort there. And then SW2 looks like doesn't have too much to go there as they're pushing through. Okay, well, let's share some numbers here. So on this side, we have SW1 and OO, or Squiggly Eyes, that's being pushed back right now. They're at 36.2. They were at 36.2 billion power. Merits 989 or 990 million. Kills 66.6 billion, and deaths 298 million. On the EDS SEAL side, this is EDS from 96, SEAL from 228. Remember, SW1 from 221, OO or Squiggly Eyes from 314. That's where YY plays, basically the #1 player in the game right now, at least until Satoru reheals back up Nef's account. So we have on the EDS SEAL side 37.3, so they're about a billion power more. Merits are at 1.3 billion, so they're about, we'll just say 300 million more. Kills 98.4 billion. Now that's pretty steep compared to 66. So you're looking at 32 billion more kills on the EDS SEAL side. Deaths, they're at 312 million. So this is about 15 million more deaths. Numbers are pretty close. The merits are more, obviously, and I think the kills are probably the next biggest standout that they have. But again, we'd have to look at kind of what the breakdown is for the 60 mil plus players and the 100 mil pluses too as well. But that's how that looks. Let's go ahead and go over to the east side here in Cadwallon. We have our Cadwallon. This is where we have Luno and Zoo, right? So Noir rebranded, Kingdom 5 and 116 going up against GPX from 118 and SV from 255. Now, based on how this looks, I'm going to say that the GPX SV side is, I guess it's over at this point, right? If it's been about 2 days or a little over that at this point, it looks like their territory, I don't know if they're still rebuilding, what's going on here. Oh, they have a flag, but nothing's really building at the moment. And no flags are down here. It also doesn't look like they're pushing anymore. They just kind of said, screw it, let's just go for the Necro. Or sorry, the Hydra, excuse me. Okay, but what's the matchup here? So Luno and Zoo are on the south side, and then we have GPX and SV on the north side. So Luno and Zoo, they're at 37.3 billion. Again, remember, this was as of the 26th, 2 days before Zone 3 opened. Merits were 1.4 billion, kills 102 billion, deaths 302 million. On the other side, for GPX and SV, 36.7 billion, 1 billion merits, right? So power, what, half a bill less? Merits 1 billion, so they're 4 billion less, or 0.4 billion less, or 400 million less. Kills 64.4 versus 102, so I mean, that's pretty steep. That's almost 40 billion more kills on the Luno Zoo side. Deaths, 273, 274. That's not that bad. I mean, that's 26, 28 million less deaths. I think the kills and maybe the merits are probably the big standout ones here. But again, we'd have to look at how the 60 mil and 100 mil pluses as well factor in for that. Something I will include next time because I thought of it late. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at 5012 and see how this one's playing out. All right. In this group, let's start on the west as always. So we're going to go to SOAS. And here we have EX, Kingdom 11, versus and ERA 186 versus ROA 110 and ASC 171. Now, at least based on how this looks, it looks like ERA and EX have and are essentially getting pushed back at the moment. Yeah, they're most likely going after flags there. Yep, destroying. That's probably rebuilding, maybe, if that was. So they're attacking. Yeah, that's getting attacked. And then I imagine they're pushing on this, or maybe not pushing. Okay, I guess they're just hanging out. They're like, it's already over. Okay, let's look at the numbers. So EXERA, we're at 31.9 billion. Remember, that's the blue team here on the southeast. 31.9 billion power, merits 735 million, kills 58.7 billion or 59, deaths 273 million. And then we look at the ROA ASC side. That's the side that's pushing in purple. They're at 35.3 billion power. So you're looking at 3.5 billion more power. I mean, it's small, sizable. Merits 727 million. So here they're about 7-8 million merits less. That's not too wide as far as moving the needle. Kills 62.4 billion. It's about 3.7 billion more on the ROA ASC side. Nothing really wild. Deaths 198 million. That's interesting because that's about 80 million less deaths on their team. The only number of any kind of significance really, I would say, is the power, which again, 2 days before the zone opened, they were at 3.7 billion, give or take, more. So again, based on the numbers, again, and also without looking at the 60 mil pluses and 100 mil pluses totals, I almost wonder was this more of a case of activity won and maybe tactics and strategy versus it just being a pure numbers game. Okay, next. Again, would love to hear on how that played out. Let's go to the east side, which is going to be for Cadwallon. Here actually looks like it's still pretty even, which is nice. If we go in here, this looks to be like the major choke, essentially. Ooh, there's some action happening. Ooh, Betsy. Oh, I would love to hang out and watch for a while. Okay, so basically they're still going at it. Here, on this matchup, this is K211, which is Kingdom 211. TGB is Kingdom 244. It looks like they are on the west side with the gray color, and then the red color on the south or southeast side, that's CMAR from 113 and DC from 220. Stats here is on the gray side for Northwest. We have 33 billion power, 845 million merits, 67 billion kills, and 337 million deaths. On the red side for Southeast, we have 28.2 billion power. So you're looking at about a 5+ billion power differential in favor of the gray team. We have 693 million merits. That's interesting. That's about 150 million less merits for that team on the red side. And then we have 51.5 billion kills. That's 15 billion less kills so far for their team versus the gray. Then we have 238 million deaths, which is about, actually, it's about almost 100 million less. So you're looking at almost a third here. But again, it looks like they're kind of still at a stalemate-ish, even though there is some decent stat numbers leaning a little bit more, at least based on what we're looking at, in favor of the gray team. But things are still pretty balanced. So again, would love to hear what's going on there. Next, let's go to SOS 3-13. Okay, let's zoom it out. And we're going to start here in SOAS as usual. For this group, we have ED, Kingdom 17, and SPR 109 versus HBX is just 107 and 93HH, which is Kingdom 293. Now, it looks like that is the gray team here, or the blue team, I guess, southeast. And then the northeast team looks like this is going to be ED and SPR it is. So it looks like they are pushing decently, but haven't gone through. Oh, I see. So Bastion placed there. Doesn't look like they've pushed all the way out the tunnel. Doesn't really look like anything's happening. Okay, so they've opted for the northern pass. Is there anything going on here? Ooh, what's happening here? Interesting. So it looks like Oath is attacking this ED. Okay, so that means they're pushing up. Oh yeah, I wonder if, I think they renamed, right? 93HH, did they rename to Oath? Someone's got to remind me on that one. No bridge there, so it's like kind of a dead end to get to the Hydra. Are they coming here? Okay, so just messing around, a little fun fielding right now while they're removing. Ooh, oh, I thought someone laid down, isn't that the behemoth thing, right? But I don't see one. Okay. Oh, no. Maybe it's because I clicked on the flag. No? It was. I was like, where's the behemoth coming? Okay. So it looks like that's the case. At the moment, it does look like they're getting pushed. Keep in mind, we're a little over 2 days in. We'll see how things go. Would love to know how that has been playing out for any of the peeps fighting there. Let us know. Now let's go to the northeast. This is where we have GLR, Kingdom 183, and IR, Kingdom 193, versus BB, Kingdom 45, and VOK from 108. Now, based on here, it looks like we have the VOK and BB group here are in pink on the west side, and then we have GLR and IR that are over here on the south side. Okay, looks like we're pretty closely even-ish, maybe slightly an edge to the purple versus the pink. Let's see here. So they're coming up. What's going on? Okay, so still some peeps out right now, but it doesn't look like anyone's really hard pushing at the moment. And then it looks like they're trying to come all the way up here, bridge, but no action. Okay, so no action at the moment. So how does the matchup look here? On the GLR side, which is going to be the south or purple here, we have 31 bill power, 666 million merits, 53 billion kills, and 218 million deaths. On the pink side, we have 35, almost 36 billion. So you're looking at about a 5+ billion power differential here, or sorry, 4+ billion power differential that's in favor of the pink team. We have 736 million merits. That is, what, 35, about 71 million. That's more in favor of the pink team. We have 45 billion kills, which is about 8 billion less on the pink team, so in favor of the purple team. And then we have 291 million deaths, which is, at least for the pink team, in favor of them. You're looking at about 74 million more deaths. Okay. Let's look at SOS 3-14. Okie dokie. Here for this group, in SOAS, it looks like it's favor for the pink. Looks like we got Sleepy High's Ultimate Warrior here. So this is going to be ASG IME. They're going to be here on the east side. This is from Kingdom 15 and 205. Then we have on the pink side, they're the ones pushing the aggressors here. This is 3-3 from Kingdom 247. And we have IW from Kingdom 345. It looks like for the most part that maybe no one is really pushing beyond that because it doesn't look like anyone's maybe being the aggressor. Oh, never mind. Here we go. It looks like they are being the aggressor now. So we got something going on, 37 minutes until that's built. So it looks like they are pushing that. Doesn't look like they're pushing that flag and doesn't look like they're pushing east. Okay. That at least sets the stage for where we're at. How do the numbers look? So on the blue team, we have 20 billion power, 272 million merits, 33 billion kills, and 123 million deaths. On the pink side, the aggressors, we have 33.2 billion power. That's steep. That's like 13, almost 13.5 billion more power. That's a chunk. We have 896 million merits, which that's over 3 times the amount. That's pretty steep. We have 60 billion kills. That's almost double from 33 billion. 252 million merits. That is double the amount. For deaths, excuse me. So is it shocking or not shocking that these are the results that are happening? No, not really. I think some of the baseline data is obvious enough. Let's go to the east side for Cadwallon. Here we have EXG from Kingdom 86, HOK from Kingdom 333, and it looks like they're here in the blue. And then in the red, we have BPT from Kingdom 250 and KOD from 290. Now, it kind of looks like red is doing decent here. Looks like they have a little bit more land. And let's take a look and see what's happening here. So really no pushing at the moment. Some troops are out. Are we still building? Okay, not really. Are we building here on the bridge or across? Oh, okay, no, not really. So interesting. Maybe stalemate, maybe downtime for them. Let's take a look at numbers. On the blue team, which is the EXG HOK, we're looking at 31 billion power, 762 million merits, 53 billion kills, 215 million deaths. On the red team, we have 35 billion power, so you're actually about 4.5, almost 5 billion more power on the red team. 504 million merits. That's interesting because that would mean that they have 260 about million less merits, but they've made more ground. Kills 62 billion. That's interesting. That's about almost 10.5 billion more kills on the red team than the blue. And then deaths, 279 million. So that's about 65 million more deaths so far that the red team has taken. Okay. Would love to hear the story there. Let us know. Let's go to SOS 3-15. Only 6 more now. Basically halfway. Okay. Let's go to the west. So we'll start here with Siwas. Wow. Okay, so this is kind of like an all or nothing thing. We got E18. So actually the numbers kind of dictate that too as well. So on the green side, we have CFN 157, E18, which is Kingdom 218, MC1 264. On the purple side, we have BEK 115, GTA 242, and RS, which is 308. How do the numbers look? Well, starting from the green side, we have 16 billion power, 287 million merits, 21 billion kills, and 142 million deaths. On the purple side, we have 27 billion power. That's, I mean, again, you're about, 7 billion more, 8 billion more power, 374 million merits, almost 90 million more, about 84, 86. Kills 41 billion to 20.7, so you're basically double the kills. Deaths 210 million versus 142, so you're looking at 68 million more. That is almost half more than the kills that the green team has. I don't know if they came in. I don't really see any flags that have been, like inactive squares. So did they even go in? And is this just a free zone? I'm sure some people will let us know there. Next is going to be the east zone. This is, again, Cadwallon. Actually, this zone looks okay. It kind of, obviously it looks like the orange team is kind of putting green a little bit on their heels with maybe making that up. But, it's still, I'd say it's like 60-40 right now, it looks like. So on this side, we have, let me see, where's GD's green. Okay. So on the green team, it's BD20, which is Kingdom 20, GD Kingdom 251, and DFAM 344. On the orange/green side, we have KD 75, Kingdom 75, Wind from 381, and Auto from 394. On the green team, we're looking at 19 billion power, 296 million merits, 20 billion kills, and 176 million deaths. On the orange side, we have 21 billion power, so you're about 2 billion power more, 303 million merits, which is still pretty close. You're at 7 million more. 6 really. Kills 32 billion kills, which is 12 billion, about 12 billion more, really 11.5. Deaths 169 million to 176, about 7 million more. So nothing really hugely. The biggest thing that stands out is maybe the 11.5 billion more kills, which is about half more than the others. But yeah, let's take a look and just see how things are going. Are we hard pushing? Are we still fighting? Oh, oopsies. Are we seeing a little lag here? I don't really see anything, though. Nobody's... Huh. My boy's stuck in 8-bit. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Now we can see. So it looks like they are pushing GD. Maybe this wasn't zoomed in enough. I see. So yeah. So they're pretty much pushing all the flags at this point. Doesn't look like... Are they trying to curl around? Or... Okay, so I guess they're doing some light building. But, okay. So basically in favor right now of the KD75 Wind and Auto team currently. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next group. We have SOS 3-16. Now in this group, again, we'll start with the West here in Siwas. Okay, so this actually doesn't look bad. This is kind of still 50-50-ish. So here we have ST262. Okay, great. So on the blue side, we have Block from Kingdom 18, COTC from Kingdom 169, and IMG from 178. On the red team, we have SIP from 204, 262 from 262, ST from 289. Now, the blue team is sitting at 22 billion power, 149 million merits, 15 billion kills, and 138 million deaths. On the red team, we have 21 billion power, so you're looking at about a 1.5 billion less power than the blue team. We have 345 million merits, which is pretty wild. Wow, that's a little more than about like 2.25 times more merits than the blue team. We have 19, almost 20 billion kills, so you're at about 4.5 billion more more kills than the blue team. And then we have about 217 million deaths. So that's 63, 73, 80. So 80 million more deaths. That's in favor of the red team here. Okay. Interesting. Let's take a look and see how things are going. So it looks like fighting on the ramp here. Okay. So at least at the moment, stalemate. Nothing's really happening. It is nighttime. Don't judge me. Let's continue. So nothing really else, I guess, at the moment. Are they trying to push around here? They're not. Okay. So maybe they've just opted to not do any more fighting. Who knows? Someone will let us know. Going to the east side of Kedwallin. This is where we have, let's see, what do we have here? We got DPG. So on the blue team here on the southwest, this is going to be OOC from 162, BRC from 165, DPG from 170, and then on the purple side here on the northwest, we have Beat from 253, DGN from 257, and Kint, or KNT, from 311. Now, on the blue team, we're at 18 billion power, 291 million merits, 19 billion kills, and 130 million deads. On the purple team, we have 16.4 billion power, so about a billion power less, 135 million merits, so that's less than half of the blue team. And then we have 12 billion kills, so that's about 7 billion less than the blue team. And then 106 million deads. We're looking at about 23 million less deads. Okay, let's look and see where the fighting's happening. Again, most likely going to be up here on the bridge. Nobody is really pushing, I guess, one way or the other. Ooh, maybe there's some building over here. No, there's not. Rough life. Are we building at the bridge? We're not. Okay, so maybe it's just downtime at the moment. Let's go to SOS 3-17. Okay, for this group, as always, we're going to start with... Ooh, nice. There's some action going on here, too, as well. This is actually nice. Look, it's a little 50-50. So, we have SHPZ 302, AVO 346, GRZ 387, they're in red on the north side, versus IFAP 243, RP 256, and DWO 307. They're on the gray team here on the southeast. Now this actually looks pretty decent because it looks like people are actually both pushing. It doesn't look like anything's building right now. Maybe that's just because they were fighting. Looks like we're seeing the plateau fight here. And SHPZ. Okay, cool. All right, okay, a little action. So how do the numbers look? On the red team, 21 billion power, 386 million merits, 27 billion kills, and 147 million deads. On the gray team, we have 21 billion power, so this is pretty close. It's like a 0.6 bill differential as of the 26th, right? 2 days before the pass is open for Zone 3. Merits, 378 mil. They're 8 million merits difference. That's, again, still very close. 27 billion kills. That's about a 0.5 billion differential, very close. Deads, 200 million compared to 146. That's about 54 million more deads. That's in favor of the gray team over the red team. But aside from that, we probably would have to look a little bit more at the 60 mil and 100 mil pluses. But based on territory, and they're still going 2 days in, this is looking pretty even Steven right now. And I think that's what we'd like to see, right? At least going a couple days in the Zone 3s. Let's go to the Northwest Zone here in Cadwallon. Here we have, where am I looking now? PWB, PC. So we have on the red team, which looks like they're getting pushed back, we have HP from 182, SNK from 208, and PWB from 343. They're going up against the blue team, which is FOD from 292, HSD from 323, and NWE from 341. Basically, it looks like they're probably pushing, right now would be my guess. Yeah, it is. And they went for the Hydra. Okay, how do the numbers look, though? So, on the red team, we have 18 billion power, 312 million merits, 21 billion kills, 132 million deads. On the purple team, or blue team, 17.8, so 18 billion, so there's about half a bill power differential. That's in favor of the red team. We have 385 million merits, which is 74 million more merits in favor of the blue team. 26.4 billion kills, so you're looking at about 4.5. I guess that'd be 5.5 billion more kills in favor of the purple team. And then we have 143 million deads. That's 11 million more deads in purple versus red. So nothing that's incredibly outstanding. I would probably say that maybe the kills and the merits are probably the widest margins. But like I said, we probably would also have to look at the 60 and 100 mil pluses just to see how that's playing out. But it does look like it's in favor, at least for the blue team. Okay, let's look at SOS 3-18 and see how the numbers look there. Oops, let's do this. Okay, we're going to go east. So in Siwas, oh, wow, this is pretty clear cut, I guess. On this one, let's see here. So we have Moob. Is that right? Moob, who's this? Oh, Noob. Excuse me. And NAS. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be NAS 65, ABS 187, and LGN 396. That's the green team. Here on this side, we have Mo 206, 1UP 288, and CG from 395. Clearly, no one has really pushed in here, but let's maybe talk some numbers and see what's up. So on the green side, we have 13 billion power versus 12.4 billion, so it's about a half a billion power difference. Merits on the green side, 138 million compared to 97.6. So you're looking at about a 41 million merit differential that's in favor of the green team. Kills 18.3, and here's probably a steep one for you, which is 7 billion. So you're looking at about 11.5 billion more kills in favor of the green team. Deads, we're looking at 78 million compared to 100. So deaths are actually in favor of the CG. I guess it depends on how you value that, if being more positive, depending. But they have 22 million more deads on this side. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the East Zone. This looks... Oh, okay. So yeah, this doesn't look awful, but obviously it looks like there's advantages over here on the... Looks like SP. So here we have RVO Kingdom 4 in red, Noor Kingdom 13, and SPA 389. That's going to be the red team here, Southwest. Northwest is going to be Ice, baby. 76, SHWA Kingdom 117, and NWS 326. Now, let's take a look and see how I imagine they're pushing. Yeah, they're pushing. That's a yepper doodles. How do the numbers look? So, the RVO team, which is going to be the team down here in red, they're 19 billion power versus the orange team, which is 23 billion power. So that's interesting. They're almost 5 billion, 4.5 billion power more The orange team has the advantage there. When we look at the merits, 223 million versus 188. So you're looking at 1234 million merits that are in favor of the red team. Kills, 14.6 to 15.9. So it's about a 1.5 billion kill differential that's in favor of the orange team. We have 140 million deads to 179. So you're looking at 39 million more deads that are in favor of the orange team. That's how the numbers look. Let us know what's happening. SOS 3-19, we only got 2 left now. Here, let's go southwest. Oh, look at that. We're already there. Oh, nice. There's still some fighting going on. Sweet. So, here on Siwas, we have, let me see who captured these gates, right? Do they have territory? So, NS. Where am I looking? Okay. On the blue team, this is IBO Kingdom 12, TGV Kingdom 185, and NS, which is 198. On the red team, we have HAM 207, SG 97, which is Kingdom 297, and KDA, Kingdom 321. So it looks like there's still some fighting. It looks like they broke through the choke. And I can't tell. Are they just going for everything? Okay. So probably just taking a minute to load, but okay. So yeah, so they're pushing that one. Okay, how do the numbers look? So here we have, again, on the blue team, this is 18 billion or 17.6. On the red team, 24 billion. I mean, that's pretty steep, right? You're looking at about, generously, 6.5 billion more power on the red team. Here we have, on the purple team, 194 million merits. On the red team, we're looking at 255 million more merits. So you're looking at 55, 61 million more merits in favor of the red team. On the blue team, or purple, we have 10 billion kills. On the red team, we have 19 billion kills. So it's almost double the amount of kills. Purple team, we're at 113 million deads. Red team, 164 million deads. So we're looking at about 51 million more. Okay, let's go over here to the east side. So it looks like the gray team is pushing back the red team decently. We have Phoenix. So the purple team here is PX from Kingdom 69, Tazo from 174, and PH #X for Phoenix 322. The gray team up here is Raven, RAVN 177, AUNX, Kingdom 229, and O5DK, which is Kingdom 305. Okay, let's look and see what's happening here. Are we still getting some pushback? Nobody's really building at the moment, it looks like. Okay. So maybe they're just content. Okay, let's look at the numbers. So on purple, we have 10 billion versus 25 billion. Okay, I mean, that pretty much at that point, I think is a give or take. You're talking about 2.5 times power, at least it's 15 billion more. Wow. And that was 2 days before Zone 3 opened. Okay, merits, 125 million, 302 million, almost 3 times the merits here. Jeez. Purple, 6.8 billion kills versus 20 billion kills. So you're looking at basically 3 times the amount of kills. Deads, we have 82 versus 161, almost double deads. Okay. I think that's probably pretty self-explanatory at that point. All right, let's look at the last group, which is SOS 3-20. 2 more zones to take a look at. Ooh, this is fun. Okay. So this is pretty not happening. Okay. So we have Ice and Mao, if that's right. And then who's up here? O1SP and SCS. Okay. So up here on the purple side, we have Appio Kingdom 14, OCR Kingdom 93, and CSC Kingdom 301 versus OPRT 101, K12, K212, which is Kingdom 212, and TWFL Kingdom 261. That's a mouthful. Okay. Top group. 8 billion power versus 6.6. 1.4 billion power differential between them. Purple team, we have 60 million merits. Bottom team, 35 million. So it's about, what, 25 mil difference. We have 7 billion kills versus 3.4. That's double their kills. Purple team, 54 million deads, 44 million. So it's only 9 million deads. It's not that different, or not that big of a difference there. But there's probably more to the story. I mean, they haven't even captured their passes. Let's go to Northeast. Ooh, this actually looks like this is a fight. So here we have AT. Okay, so on the purple team, or the south, we have AT Kingdom 91, JPLS Kingdom 388, and FT90 from 390. on the red team, we have DNM 158, AMBR 248, and Luna 330. Okay. Looks like they're pushing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, looks like they're build pushing. And are they building up here? Ooh, they are building up there. So it looks like maybe they're trying to get the cutoff there. Okay, let's look at some numbers. Purple team, 12 billion. Red team, 8 billion. So about a 4 billion power differential. That's basically 50% more than the red team. We have 73 million merits on this side, 75 million merits on the red side. Wow, okay, so they have about 2.5 million more merits. On the purple side, 5.2 billion kills, 4.5 billion kills. So this looks like 0.7 billion kills in favor of the purple team. Not super drastic. 37 million deads to 49 million deads. So it's 12 million more deads on the red team. Okay. And yeah, that sums us up. So that's where we are at for each of the 11 KvK groups for Gen 2. That is how their Zone 3s are playing out right now, along with some stats to go along with all of that prior to the zones opening 2 days before. So again, remember, data pulled on the 26th, zones started opening on the 28th. Would love to hear how the zones have been playing out for any of you that have been in them. Again, we're kind of giving more of a general face overview, kind of just taking the status snapshot of how the zones are playing out now, who's winning, who's losing, who has more territory, who has less, and then giving a little bit of context where applicable. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will very much be trying to cover the final zone for when that plays out. Might even be seeing some updates to the production quality, along with maybe even some streaming. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.